So, wrapping up our discussion of Che's recent hot streak, I just want to point out that underneath everything else, and by everything else, I mean the offensive fireworks, the defensive tenacity, all of that. Underneath all of that is a guy with an outstanding demeanor. He never gets too high, he never gets too low. You see it in his comments with the press, you see it in how he carries himself on the court, you see it how he interacts with his teammates in practice. He's a guy who knows he has a job to do, but at the same time, knows this is just a game. And those are the kind of people who make stars out of themselves in this league.
He's got it all, Hank.
When he's going like he is now, it's hard to argue against that. And for my money, well, I'd be surprised if he didn't keep it going.
Keep it up, buddy.
Yep, coming up next, we're going to take a look around the league at some players who have been underperforming. But first, a quick break. You're listening to Hank the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex. Back in a bit for more on your Houston Rockets.
Have a good game, man. What's up? Got those tickets I gave you? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
At home, the Rockets don't hold anything back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat.
And seeing what the Rockets are, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularized small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball. But Kevin, that shows his flexibility and D'Antoni's ability to adapt to his personnel.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. A couple teams now, Doris, slumping here in the middle of the season. How can they avoid lengthy cold streaks, the absence of wind?
Yeah, I think this is where veteran leadership can become such an integral part of the success over the course of a long season. This is the point when you start to lose games, you can sort of break apart and splinter, and that is where that veteran leadership in the locker room, just to keep everybody unified, can be so critical.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Jordan is out there with Allen, and it's KD in at the 3 spot. And for Houston, Tucker and Capella are up front. Russell Westbrook out there with Gordon, and it's Shea in at the small forward. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Now, here is Irving. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Jordan with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Shot clock at 6. And it's Irving missing. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Here's Shea. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Body control by Shea allows him to absorb contact without it affecting his shot.
Irving passes to Jordan. Westbrook against Irving. Jordan kicks to KD. Over Shea. That one off the back iron and out. Here's Capella. Good, and the assist goes to Shea.
Well, easy bucket there, right? Shea finding the wide open man. Great decision.
Westbrook against Irving. Pass to Durant. The Rockets pull it in. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Listen, Greg, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against New York.
Well, you saw how dialed up they were from distance. The defense just couldn't get out to everyone.
And that explains their three-point percentage, Greg. They had more than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
Kept alive.
Well, being aggressive and assertive. The big man snatching the rebound.
Here's Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Released so quick, especially off the pass.
Westbrook dishes to Shea. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the game.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
Durant got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Capella trying to free himself up. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
And the foul called on Shea. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Houston. And it's Irving missing. Gordon up on top. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Capella finds Westbrook. Over Irving. Another miss by Houston.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Now, here's Westbrook. He had 13 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Gordon for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Irving passes to Durant. Jordan kicks to KD. And a wide open look for Irving. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Shea passes to Capella. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now, here is Irving. Averaging around 27.5 points a game. One of the best in the league. No good on the 3.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And the dunk by Capella.
Boy, great ball movement. One thing I love about Shea, this guy always looking for the extra pass.
Irving surveying the floor. Durant kicks to Allen. Will it go? The shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the foul called on Shea. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his second foul, and he can't afford to pick up a third.
Jonas Jerebko's checked in for the Rockets. Gerald Green comes in for Gordon. And then for Brooklyn, Harris is checked in for Jared Allen. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. And at 6'6", Joe Harris has been asked to play a lot of minutes at that small forward position. Doris, do you think that's his natural spot?
Well, I think he's gotten pretty good in terms of his strength, if not the length of the three spot. He's worked really hard defensively to get better and better. And offense, though, that's where he's going to make his money. He can make shots consistently.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Boris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, you know, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take them.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Shea outside. Cans the tough leader from the outside. Shea's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Tucker and Capella are up front. Gordon out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Charles in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Back to Gordon. Kicks it to Shea. 6 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Tucker. Capella trying to free himself up. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
So just reliable enough from the mid-range, right? Tucker forcing the defense to keep an eye on him.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Warriors was outstanding. He had 35 points, and his hustle on the defensive end was amazing. He had a number of steals. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
And Greg, let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
LeVert kicks to Irving, and the 3 ball is good. Irving's got 5.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
That one goes in, and the Rockets lead by 10.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Durant. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And as we approach the new season, some new talent making the most of their opportunity in the league. Let's check out the race for Rookie of the Year. Some great young players. You look at Shea. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
And this is just a special, special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
I'll tell you, it's one of the brightest starts to a career that I can remember. He's certainly well positioned for that award. Really poor pass there, guys, and the defense. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
How about the instincts of Russell Westbrook on the defensive end? Gives his teammate an easy chance there.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Capella trying to free himself up. And Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
I think you've got to admire the court awareness of Russell Westbrook, because if you give him a window on the drive, he's going to take it for sure.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Stolen by Durant. Inside, here's LeVert, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, Caris LeVert, the vertical is special. That is nicely done.
Tucker with the ball. KD's on him. For 3, Westbrook drills the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 9.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass.
And even through contact, Kyrie still able to finish shots consistently.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
Houston shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. 2 shots. Free throw, good. Shea. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
The kick out to Irving. Outside, KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 5 points in the game.
Boy, do not fall asleep on Kevin Durant. Catch and shoot, forget about it.
Outside, Gordon. Passes it to Charles. And here's Westbrook from the arc. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
That's fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
Timeout called. The Nets. Shea really making a difference.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Rodion's Gurus. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Irving. Right now he leads in the East, getting plenty of ballots with his name on it.
And as much of an honor as it is to make the team, finishing number 1, I think it's just that much bigger.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Nets trail by 18. Irving finds Durant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And at this point,
There simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
That free throw good from Durant. And with Durant, with 1 on the clock, no good that time. Shea, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Houston Rockets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to. Happen quickly. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Well, one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 1. LeVert against Gordon. Clock at 6. Now here is LeVert. He's covered closely. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We'll take a look at the Nets. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Oh, no question. And we're deep enough into the season to know, hey, this hasn't happened by accident. They are genuine contenders here.
And so it's Durant with it. They'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 19. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Jacks up a 3. Shot clock reset for the Nets. Allen's shot is off.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Houston moving it around. It's stolen by Allen. From past the arc. That doesn't go either for Durant.
It was an ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Houston gets it back. And it's Capella missing.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Here's Irving. Sweet little floater. Irving's got 9 points.
An effective guard in the NBA has got to have the floater at his disposal. Go to work, Kyrie Irving. We see you, sir.
Kicks it out to Shea. Pass to Tucker. Gordon for 3. Traps in the tray. He has 6.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to LeVert. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Gordon. And a wide open look for Shea. Pass to Westbrook. Eric Gordon on the wing. Back to Shea. 5 to shoot. No good from outside. Nets trail by 20. On the wing, Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Outside, KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
For 3, Westbrook. Gordon dishes to Che. 6 to shoot. Another shot, and Westbrook gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 19.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
And a quick look at the numbers for Durant. Averaging about 27 points per 5 rebounds and 4 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
No, I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
For 3, Westbrook. The Rockets again can't hit.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. And 2nd-round pick Kuruc ended up starting most of last season for the Nets as a rookie.
Well, think about it. Back in Europe, this guy was playing limited minutes for Barcelona. Some said they were trying to hide him from NBA scouts. But there is no question he is on everyone's radar now, Kev.
Dinwiddie outside. And he bangs it home with one hand.
I'll tell you, this guy excels at using his speed and his big body to cut inside. Nice job, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Westbrook passes to Capella. To the inside. And they double up Che. Lays it up off the glass. Che's got 21.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Passes it to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Rockets leading by 16. Westbrook dishes to Che. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jared Allen. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first... About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Che passes to Capella. Back to Che. Dishes to Westbrook. Stolen by LeVert. And here's the fast break. Tucker and Capella are up front. Russell Westbrook out there with Gordon, and it's Charles in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Westbrook against Irving. The three, and there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Shea. 9 points for Eric Gordon.
So many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Here's KD, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
Westbrook kicks to Capella. The 19-foot shot. LeVert grabs the miss. Nets trail by 10. Knocked away. And here's Shea. Wants to get it to Westbrook, and does. From deep, Shea. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Irving finds LeVert. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, that pass is a product of Kyrie Irving's great instincts. He's got a terrific mind for the game.
Now here's Shea, guarded by Harris. Now Westbrook. Pass to Shea. Shot clock at 6. Here's Capella, and he banks in the layup.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the pass to Irving. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
Westbrook against LeVert. Jordan inside. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. And here's Shea outside. Drains the three-pointer. Shea's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Rockets. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 14-point game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Now when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in and keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Well, then they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. Jordan inside. He's covered by Westbrook. Jordan against Westbrook, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Last season, for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Westbrook against Irving. Now here's LeVert. Defense is right there. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Nets trail by 18. Irving with it. Pass to LeVert. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
They grab their own miss, and it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Allen shot is off. Rockets leading by 18. Shea drives in. LeVert grabs the miss.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
He dishes it to Irving. Irving double team. Back to LeVert. Jordan at the elbow. Durant with a wide open look. Off target from outside. The Rockets have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Charles. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's now 33 points for Jay.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Outside, KD. At the elbow, it's Allen. LeVert in the corner. And the Nets miss again. The Rockets shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Timeout called, the Rockets. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor, or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Pass to Irving. To end the drought. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score.
Pass to Shea. And he uses the glass on the layup. Shea's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at...
Spot's good. Shooting one.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports Group. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.